Anna, I would like to start from a really simple question, but I think that it's important because I would like to know which is the inspiration behind the idea of this movie. Because when I saw it, it made me think about some sort of dark fairy tales, but also about Steven Spielberg E.T. For that sequences between the main character and the creator. And I would like to know if did you have some movie references or literature references when you start working with your co-writer at this movie?
Well, the whole idea started from one sentence idea from our screenwriter, and we started to develop the story from that. The sentence was that a boy hatches an evil doppelgänger out of an egg, and he said that that is all he knows. And I was just fascinated by the idea and said that I want to make that kind of film, but I really want to change the lead character into a girl because I want to see more stories of girls. And we started to develop the story together from there. But we didn't really discuss any references, any reference films or stories. We actively avoid talking about them because we really didn't want to copy anything. We wanted to kind of create our own kind of world. But of course, everything you have read or seen always influences you. So yes, you can say that there are some. You can say that it's kind of like E.T. if the E.T. would be more deadly creature. And there is certainly a kind of a fairy tale feeling in the film that I wanted to get there. But there wasn't any fairy tale or films that was really the reference for this film.
Why was important for you that the creator that we see in the movie was created with practical effects and not with CGI? And I also would like to know, how did you collaborate with the animatric designer Gustav Hogan? Because I suppose that you have some ideas that you share with him before you start working on this creator that is really in some sort of human. I mean, it's a devil creature, but I think that sometimes we see some fragile elements in it. Do you agree with that?
Yes, and that was from very early on. I wanted that the creature has physical presence, and that was the reason why I wanted that it's an animatronic puppet and not CG character. And so first we designed the look of the creature with two wonderful concept designers, Petteri Mäkinen and Emilia Lindholm in Finland. I was describing to them how I want the creature to look like, and they draw some concept images. And then I really wanted to find the best possible animatronic designer to make this puppet. So I Googled that who is the best animatronic designer in the world and found Gustav Hogan and just emailed him. And he saw our concept images and was fascinated by the look of the creature. So he got excited coming on board, and he collected a wonderful team to really make this puppet for us. But it was really based on very careful drawings, because that made it easy for them to sculpt the creature and to really execute it. So, and then I was kind of discussing with them with all the details. And then we had also rehearsals with puppeteers. There were 5 puppeteers around the puppet, moving the body with rods, and the facial expressions and fingers moved with remote control. So there was a lot going on in the shootings, and everything had to be very carefully planned and rehearsed, but it was very fun to work with them.
And did you help Alli to create some sort of relationship between her and this creator, even if, of course, it was a puppet? But I think that it was important for her to make a connection with him.
Yes, and it was. I really wanted that this creature is not. It's not just an evil character. It also just it can't help that it's so deformed and disgusting and can't really control itself, but it just wants to be loved as it is. So it was very important that our main girl really bonds with the creature. And also we had rehearsals with the girl Siiri Solalina, who played the girl, and with the puppet. So they can have this kind of connection as well.
At the core of this movie, there is a relationship between a mother and a daughter. And when I saw the movie, I thought that Sophie's character is way much more scarier than the creator itself, because she represents from the outside something that is perfect, but she is the reason why this little girl has these repression feelings. And I would like to know if you decided to underline this aspect thanks to her social life, because she used to record everything with a smile on her face, but in reality this perfect family isn't perfect.
Yes, that was my point. I really wanted to show how when the mother doesn't fully accept her daughter as she is, and I think that is horrifying, and I think that is the biggest horror in the film in the end. And I think the mother character is also someone who feels maybe that her life is lacking some feeling of love. So I think she's trying desperately to get it from her anonymous viewers in Instagram and social media, and she's kind of person who is kind of trying to keep up appearances of her perfect life to the outside world. And I think today's way of keeping up appearances is really social media. So I really wanted to have that in the film, and in whole design of the film, I wanted to show kind of the family world as the mother has kind of controlled it. So I really wanted to create horror out of perfection. Everything is so lovely and so pretty, and so every colors are matching so well that it's actually horrifying.
And I would like to know something more about the color choices, because this is such a colorful movie, and you say that you didn't want any references, but even if there are really different movies, it makes me think about how Harry Hester create this dark world in a really bright location. And I would like to know, why did you choose to use this colorful this color on your movie?
Yes, I was thinking about it, so that since the mother character doesn't allow any strong emotions in the family, so all the colors are very toned down, soft pastel colors, and she doesn't allow any dark secrets in the family, so there are no dark shadows where you can hide. And so therefore it's always kind of bright sunlight or light summer night. So there's basically nowhere to hide. So I really wanted to create this kind of horrifying feeling out of that. Everything is so controlled and so damped down, and so you can't hide anywhere. And the colors was very carefully planned. Basically, the only bright red color you see is the color of blood in the film.
And I would like to know something more also about the soundtrack, because your movie opens with a beautiful and creepy choir, and then we listen to the score, and it's really creepy, but at the same time I found it really elegant in certain ways. And I would like to know, what did you ask to your music composer?
Yes, yes. There. First of all, there is a lullaby melody that it's sang in the film called Alli's Child, and that is an old traditional Finnish lullaby, and the lyrics are very fitting for our film, because it says, "You poor little baby bird, there's no mother or father to take care of you." So I really wanted to have that into the film, and it has very horrifying melody, I think. So, and other than that, what I wanted from our composers, Steinberg, Svensson, and Janne Storm. So I really always like when the music and sound design kind of blend into each other, so you can't really recognize them from each other. And also I wanted that the music doesn't kind of tell us loudly that this is horrifying, but it uses very subtle ways in creating horror. And one thing, I also wanted the music to have some physicality. So every time you see the creature, there is this kind of very kind of human, weird, very low sound. And that was actually our other composer, Janne Storm, just doing his voices to the mic, just basically moaning to the mic, and then transformed the sound. So you just get this kind of very weird physical feeling in the music.
And how did you work with Alli? Because Hatching is her first role in a movie. I would like to know if you had some sort of conversation with her to explain her what she's going to do, and how was the relationship with her on set? Because of course it was the first time for her to be in such an environment.
Yeah. So the main part was acted by Siiri Solalin, and she's just wonderful. We auditioned 1,200 girls all around Finland just to find her, and like you said, it was her first film. She had never acted anywhere before, so we had long rehearsals with her and all the actors, and it was important to me that she would kind of get to know everybody and feel safe and feel that she can just be monster in front of all of us. So basically we started with all of us just crawling on the floor, including myself, and screaming and playing monster, and it was also very important to me that when I was directing her, she always understood that we are talking about a fictional character. It's not her or her emotions in the screen. She's just acting fear, and it was important that she herself feels safe, that I don't try to manipulate her. So I think that is very important when you're working with a child.
Your movie premiered at Sundance, and I would like to know if you had a chance to talk with the audience, to have a feedback from them, what they say to you.
Yes, well, when it premiered in Sundance, unfortunately that was virtual festival because of COVID, but after that it was in France, in Gérardmer, fantastic festival, and it won the grand prize there, which I'm very happy about. And I finally saw the film for the first time with big audience, and it was very wonderful because when I watched the film with the audience, they were all reacting just as I hoped, and they were also laughing a lot, which I think was nice, because there's also humor in the film. And maybe one of the most important comments to me was one woman saying that thank you that this film is so authentic, because she's also a ex-gymnast who has had very difficult relationship with her mother and some eating disorder, and so she said that thank you that it really felt real, this film. And that was very important to me, because even though there is monster and whatever in the film, in the core, I and the screenwriter, we really wanted that it feels real.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.